The question lingered in Adora's mind as she stared at the empty kitchen, her hands trembling from the weight of a phone call she'd just ended. Tears welled in her eyes as her younger sister's words echoed cruelly in her ears. "You have no child. What responsibilities are you even talking about?" For years, Adora had given everything to her family. She had sacrificed dreams, finances, and even her health to ensure their comfort. And yet, this was how she was repaid. Adora wasn't alone in this story. Her husband, OK, was no stranger to sacrifice either. Together, they had borne the weight of responsibility for their siblings, often putting their own needs last. It all began in the small bustling village of Agudo, where OK grew up as the eldest of 6 siblings. His parents were hard-working farmers, but their income was barely enough to provide the basics. From a young age, OK stepped into the role of a provider. At just 15, he began doing odd jobs around the village to support his family, often going to bed hungry so his siblings could eat. When it came time for OK to attend university, he made the ultimate sacrifice. He stepped aside so his younger sister Maggie could pursue her education instead. For 5 long years, OK delayed his own dreams while ensuring his siblings had a chance at a better life. Finally, at 22, he decided to take a risk and move to Lagos, a city he had heard was full of opportunities. In Lagos, OK's life was anything but easy. He shared a tiny shop space with his friend Unuka and slept on the floor each night. But OK was determined. He sold provisions to passengers at a motor park, saving every penny he could. Over the years, his hard work paid off as he expanded his business and opened a supermarket in the city. His siblings' tuition, books, and living expenses were all covered by OK's relentless hustle. Back in the village, OK's parents were immensely proud of him. But his mother worried about one thing: his future. OK, you've done enough for your siblings. When will you think about yourself? When will you marry and start a family of your own? She asked him one evening. OK smiled and reassured her. Mama, my time will come. Right now I have to make sure my siblings are secure. It wasn't until 5 years later that OK met Adora, a woman who shared a similar story of sacrifice. Adora had lost both her parents as a teenager and had been left to care for her 3 younger siblings. Despite her struggles, she managed to put herself through university and secure a teaching job. When she and OK reconnected years after they had first met in their village, it felt like fate. They quickly fell in love and got married. Their marriage, however, was far from easy. Both OK and Adora's siblings continued to rely heavily on them. Loans were taken out, bills were paid, and dreams were delayed as the couple put their families first. For 13 years, they tried to start a family of their own, but their prayers for a child went unanswered. Instead of support, they faced whispers and judgments from the very people they had helped. One fateful afternoon, Adora received yet another call from her brother Carlo. He needed money for his wife to start a business. "Sister, it's just 500,000 naira, he pleaded. Adora's patience snapped. "Carlo, you have 3 children. You're a husband and a father. Why do you keep running to me? When will you take responsibility for your own family?" she demanded. But Carlo's response was a dagger to her heart. "You don't even have children. What responsibilities do you have?" That evening, Adora broke down in tears. OK tried to comfort her, but he was battling his own frustration. Earlier that day, his sister Maggie had refused to lend him money to restock his supermarket, even though he had funded her first business. "I'm done, Adora. We've given everything to our families and they've given us nothing in return. It's time we focus on ourselves, he said. Months passed, and the couple began saving for an IVF procedure. But life had other plans. During a routine doctor's visit, Adora received unexpected news. She was pregnant. Tears of joy flowed as she and OK thanked God for this miracle. 9 months later, they welcomed a baby girl, whom they named Maku, meaning the goodness of God. OK and Adora decided to keep Maku's birth a secret from their siblings. They wanted to shield their daughter from the toxic dynamics that had drained them for so long. Over the years, Maku grew into a brilliant and talented child. At the age of 10, she won a statewide mathematics competition, earning a scholarship and bringing recognition to her family. The day Maku's victory was broadcast on national television. OK and Adora's siblings were shocked to see the couple standing proudly beside their daughter. It was the first time they realized OK and Adora had a child. Intrigued and perhaps guilty, they decided to visit the couple after years of silence. When OK's siblings arrived, they were greeted politely but coldly. OK addressed them firmly. "This is my daughter, Maku. My wife and I have decided to live our lives as if we have no siblings. We gave everything to you, but when we needed you, you abandoned us. We have no regrets for the sacrifices we made, but we have learned our lesson." Adora added, "We are family, but we must set boundaries. Please respect our decision and do not contact us again." From that day forward, OK and Adora focused solely on their small family. With the prize money Maku won, OK restarted his business and the family began to rebuild their lives. Though their siblings' apologies came too late, OK and Adora found peace and happiness in the life they had created together. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.